At what juncture did you realize that Tank was going to be this box office as he is right now?
Well, again, I've been in this game operating at the highest level for a number of years. Again, he's a once in a generational type of fighter. You know, he has that it factor, and and the thing is that he's starting to understand kind of what all that means. You know what I'm saying? It's like he knows and sees. He's a much bigger fighter than he was even in his last fight, because again, when you look around at the celebrities who were at his event and all the accolades that he got from all the mainstream superstars, you know, in the world, you know, it just goes to show you at the level he's operating, and the eyeballs who are locked in to see him, because they know when he comes, anytime he steps up in that ring, he looking to get your ass out of there.
Yeah.
Leonard, what does it say about Gervonta? I think it's very hard to argue that he's probably the biggest attraction in American boxing, and obviously one of the top worldwide. What does that say at such a young age? Because the rest of them are veterans who've been around, such as a Canelo, but Gervonta's the youngest and one of, if not, you know, at the very top of
Tank is bigger than all of those guys combined, the younger guys. You can put them all in one ball of wax and he's bigger than all of them together. And it ain't even close. Ain't even close.
Ryan Garcia included, Leonard?
And Ryan Garcia, you add him into that crew too. Add him in, because the numbers don't lie. You know, he has been able to gain lots of attention on social media, you know, but obviously that has to translate to becoming like a quote unquote a box office attraction.
Ticket sales and views and such.
Yeah, all of the above. All of the above. All of the above.
Leonard,
Tank has shown you that he can go to the UK, he can go to LA, he can go to New York, he can go to Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? He can go to Atlanta. And everywhere he goes, we get the same result.
Leonard, Shakur Stevenson fights this Saturday. Any chance in the future years that him and Tank will cross paths, you think?
Who knows?
Do you think that's a good fight?
Shakur's a very good fighter. Very good fighter. Tank's a pay-per-view fighter. Big difference.
And you know, well, do you think he would beat Valdez if he gets that? That's the fight he really wants on that side. Shakur Stevenson?
Oh, I'm not here to talk about Shakur.
Okay.
I mean, no disrespect to you. It's all about Gervonta Tank Davis.
Well, one other fight, though, is August 21st. You know, it'll be here in Las Vegas. Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence. Will you be promoting that fight just like Mayweather Promotions at Thurman Pacquiao?
I can tell you right now, that's gonna be a big time fight. Two excellent fighters. You know, Pac is stepping up. You know, he's doing the unthinkable. We know what Spence brings to the table, and Errol's gonna be looking to end Manny Pacquiao's career.
He throws 70, 75 punches with that youth. How does Manny deal with that, Leonard? How can he overcome it?
He got a rough night in front of him, and it ain't gonna be pretty. I can tell you that.
But at the same time, isn't it hard to replicate Pacquiao in sparring as far as trying to get ready for a fighter that size, southpaw?
Yeah, but Errol's on another level though. Errol's on another level. You know, he's on another level. But Barrios and Tank, I'm telling you, that's gonna be fireworks.
What about the rest of the card? You know, you got Rosario on the card, and you got a lot of good fights on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think when the Lubin Rosario fight, that's a main event of itself. You know, so the fans being able to get that, and they getting Julian Williams, you know, and I think it's gonna be a very entertaining fight against Brian Mendoza. You know, and then you have Barrier and Agendas Mendez opening up the card. What more value can you get for an event like that? And then you get the main event. You got two young undefeated fighters. We're looking to, one is coming into this event that he knows he's the underdog, but he's looking to again disrupt everything that we've been working on, you know. And Tank's looking to go in there, and you know he doesn't get the credit that he deserves for even moving up 2 weight classes. That's the unthinkable. You know, and then he's challenging the young undefeated guy, you know. And again, but you guys gonna start giving Tank his credit, whether you like it or not.
Leonard, I mean, you just said, obviously not just is he going up 2 weight classes, but he's fighting the biggest, size-wise, out of the guys at 140 as far as height and reach. What is it about this fight that you think Tank saw, obviously other than an opportunity to become a 3-division world champion?
Well, again, you know, Barrios, he's also a young undefeated champion. And again, stylistically, I think both of their styles mesh for a great fight. You know, and we know Barrios is not going to take a backward step. He's not going to take a backward step. You know, and that might be his downfall. That very well might be his downfall. But we do know that Virgil Hunter is going to have a great game plan. You know, when I last spoke to him, he just, you know, because we're very, very cool. He said, "I hate to do it to you, but," he said, but Tank gonna take that L. Hey, we're gonna see you on 26 June.
He got 9 out of 10 of his last fights by knockout since he got with Virgil Hunter. So, you think that's a big asset in his corner?
I know it is. I know he's an old school coach, and he knows exactly what he's doing. And again, they feel as though that they see a weakness in something that Tank does, and he's looking to, they think, to capitalize on it.
Well, Leonard,
I don't think so, you know, but hey, you know, he's gonna go in there and try and see what the results are.
Leonard, obviously Virgil Hunter's worked with some of the top names in the sport before, but what does that say about Coach Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, who, you know, they've been around, but this is obviously Gervonta being their biggest star.
Well, my problem with a lot of you guys is that they don't give Coach Calvin the credit that he deserves. You know, here it is, you know, he's been with Tank from day one. From day one.
From scratch.
Yeah, from scratch.
From scratch.
You know, and we've seen, you know, the skill set that Tank has and how he's developed, you know, from early on in his career to where he's at now at this level, and he's continuing to not only pass the test, but he's acing the test. You know, so again, you guys don't give Coach Calvin enough credit. I've always thought that he was one of the best coaches out there in the sport. And again, but like I mentioned to him, just keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, they can't deny you. I mean, it was no different. It was no different from Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? His dad or Roger never ever got Trainer of the Year. Never ever got Trainer of the Year. You know what I'm saying? But these are just the little things that really kind of turn me off a lot about, because everybody has their favorites, you know, this and that, instead of just giving credit where credit is due.
I mean, you can see the imprint of his style with like a Lorenzo Simpson, right? That it's like a Calvin Ford style.
Most definitely, yeah. Most definitely.
Because he fights like Tank.
Yeah, he's a tremendous coach, and again, he's just gonna keep doing what he's doing. And again, him and Coach Kenny, they getting it in. They're getting it in. They have a tremendous stable of talent. You know, and I think, you know, you're going to see a lot of the youngsters kind of come behind him. Actually, we have one of his
Malik Warren,
one of his pupils that's on our stable. Young, exciting young fighter, and you're going to see a lot more to come about him in the near future.
Speak on Jalil Hackett. He just made his debut, obviously, last weekend on Sunday night. From the nearby area, DC area, you know, your neck of the woods. Talk to us about, you know, some of the new young talent that you've added to the stable.
Well, yeah, as you mentioned, Hackett, he's a tremendous young talent. I think that he eventually he'll be champ in probably 3 or 4 different weight classes. You know, he's already like 5'10", you know, 5'10 and a half, and he's going to be eventually, I think, he's fighting at 47 now. He'll be a 54, 60, and possibly a 68-pound champion. You know, tremendous talent. He's obviously worked with Tank, and he's been able to push Tank. You know, they worked once or twice in this camp because Jalil was obviously preparing, you know, for his fight in Miami. Again, I can't say enough about him. He's one of the most talented young prospects out there in the sport.
One of the great things that Mayweather Promotion does is obviously your club shows here locally at Samstown. With things opening back up, when can we start to see some of that younger talent and just some of your local shows that you do there, Leonard?
Well, again, that's another great question. We're excited. Our first quote-unquote local club show will be next month. We'll be announcing the date are here very soon. Andrew Tabiti's going to headline the show. So again, you know, we've been able to do those shows, you know, like every other month, you know, when they're pre-pandemic, and it's a great stage and a platform for us to continue to develop our young talent, and again, give the local fans, you know, an opportunity to come see these fighters as they develop. So we'll continue to do that.
I mean, we've seen some great names obviously fight. I remember maybe Tank's third fight under Mayweather Promotions was at the Palms. A show you've done there. We've seen big names, so definitely excited to get those.
Angelo Leo,
Angelo Leo.
How about his next fight coming up? Next week?
Yeah. Again, just really excited about that. You know, he's looking to, you know, to get back in there. As we know that he came up a little short against Stephen Fulton, who's an outstanding fighter. You know, but the beauty of that, when you have the depth of talent in that division, again, you know, he's bouncing right back, and he's going to be in a good fight to kind of get back going, and he's going to be right back in the mix, in the thick of those things, and we know who the champions are out there, and again, I feel very confident he can beat all those guys. So again, Angelo Leo is a name that's going to be around for many more years.
Would you like a fight for him? You know, if he can get past Alameda with Danny Roman, and you know that would kind of seem like who could win that fight would get the title.
That's a very good fight.
Yeah.
It's I'm a big fan of Roman. You know, he's a good kid and very exciting young fighter. That's a terrific fight. But I don't know, you know, which fight I'm gonna make. You know. He's got to go take care of this first.
Right.
You know, again, I'm just not a big fan of of openly talking about things that's in my mind, you know, that we talk about as a team, because again, you know, we've seen this shit happen. As soon as you say some shit, then something else happens, and I let these other fighters do all of this. I mean, not other fighters, other promoters do all this talking, and you know, let them do that. We just execute. That's all we do.
Prime example, we just saw. It was considered a done deal for AJ and Fury to be done in Saudi Arabia.
That ain't none of my business.
But now
that is what it is.
Right, but now we do have Fury and Wilder.
Yeah.
You've been very vocal on things that obviously you know that we don't about Wilder and his preparation for this third fight. Just tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to most in this third fight, because people seem to like completely have blown off Wilder, like he didn't have 10 successful title defenses, like he wasn't, you know, one of the best heavyweight champs we've had in recent years.
Well, it's the age-old thing. When you have a setback, you know you're just gonna get criticized, and that's what it is. It's up to Deontay to change that around, and I'm of the mindset, very confident that he's gonna get that shit done. He's gonna get that shit done this time. Trust and believe that.
You like what you're seeing in the training clips?
Yeah, I love it.
Plus, I mean, the performance Fury had, it's kind of hard to duplicate that, being just the way that fight was.
Yeah, I mean, Fury's good. I mean, he's good. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but let's not act like he's some killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. Good fighter.
After this fight, what do you see next for Tank? After this fight,
Mario Barrios. That's all I see. That's all I see. Again, because when you get to looking ahead, that's how you make mistakes. You get tripped up and you fall. Again, there's nothing bigger than Mario Barrios. Nothing. Nothing and nobody.
What else, some of your other fighters that we haven't talked about yet, is there anyone else you can mention has something coming up, or we might see in the ring soon?
We got a few things up our sleeve. Obviously, Arias is coming off a great win against Hurd.
Big underdog. I think it was like plus 900 here in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, somebody I know won a lot of money.
Did you tell him to bet it?
Huh?
Did you tell him to bet it?
Somebody I know won a lot of money. That's all I know. I'd have bet on the fight.
What about Badu too? Obviously, it wasn't the fight he wanted, but he took care of business, you know, with the late replacement.
Yeah, and you know, I was just happy, you know, me and Floyd, that we were able to find him an opponent, you know, because he worked so damn hard, and he was so psyched for, you know, the Pascal fight, and then, you know, have that kind of letdown. You know, sometimes you can just kind of, you know, take your foot off the gas a little bit, and, you know, but he did exactly what he needed to do. he was an undefeated guy coming in, and he disposed of him exactly how he was supposed to.
You're looking at a world title shot probably for him next?
Well, yeah, of course.
I think a title's probably going to get stripped here in the near future.
Yeah, and again, we'll sit down and we'll have a conversation what he wants to do, but yeah, most definitely.
Leonard,
Most definitely.
do you feel like that was the last time we'll ever see Floyd in the boxing ring last Sunday?
I don't know. I mean, again, I thought it was a very good exhibition, and he went out there and he did exactly how I envisioned on him doing. The only caveat that was in there, it was the other guy just didn't want to mix it up, and people, I've read a lot where they said that he was, just trying to survive. I don't probably want to use that word, but I think that he tasted something early on. When I went back and watched it, he tasted that, and he said, "I want no parts of that." And the little guy was walking the big guy down. Walking him down, and all the big guy was trying to do was hold and grab and hold. That's all he wanted to do. He never wanted to engage at any time. And so, hey, it is what it is. It's impossible to clip somebody when when they're of the mindset all they're looking to do is hold you. But hey, that's.
And I asked too, Leonard, because beforehand you mentioned like the McGregor rematch, and he was Jake Paul could get it too, and then it became. That might be the last time,
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
That's solely up to Floyd, and he know whatever he wants, to do.
You heard
he
it.
gonna do it.